Hi, and welcome to Jibber Jabber with Reggie. I'm your host, Reggie. And today we have a very special episode. I'm very excited about this episode. Um, on the Zoom right now, all the way, all the way in Japan. That's right. Jibber Jabber with Reggie is going international, baby. We have just, well, we have a very special guest for you. We have notable Twitch streamer, video gamer, YouTuber, uh, personality, social media star, and 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 Japanese industry American born adult industry performer, artiste, all the
Art.
words, all the words. June Lovejoy. Welcome to the podcast, June.
Thank you. You hyped me up so much. I was trying to be polite and stay quiet, but you said so many nice things that I just.
No,
Wow.
absolutely. We got that's how we do it over here in Jibber Jabber. You know, we gotta hype the guest up, let them know that this is safe space,
Oh.
safe space, hype space. We're all for it.
Thank you. Am I your first guest international? Like, I imagine you've probably interviewed a lot of people, but how about outside of Miami?
I have not interviewed anyone outside of Miami, much less, yeah, actually, not much less outside the US.
Wow, this is an honor. Thank you.
First international guest. I'm writing that
Wow.
down. That's
Thank
gonna come
you.
up in the promos for this.
Beautiful,
So
beautiful. I'm glad to be here.
yeah, I'm glad to have you on, and I'm glad that, well, I don't want to get into this next part just yet, but we have
Okay.
a mutual associate.
Don't
We will,
use the F word, apparently.
yeah, don't we will confirm those the status of that later in the pod when we get to that, because I know that's the burning question here.
Oh, of course. We get a
Yeah.
porn actress on here, and that's the burning question.
Yes, the burning question that I present to the first porn
Oh.
actress I have on my podcast is if a inside joke between
Yeah, no. That was a good episode, though. If anyone listening, if you haven't heard Nashmi Marquez's interview on Jibber Jabber, it was really good. I listened
Mhm,
to it. It was very
mhm.
good.
Thank you, thank you. I enjoyed having him on. We've been friends for a while, and a lot of people are wondering. I know your followers and your fans are wondering: Are you and Ashmi actually friends?
uh, even this morning in the Discord, we gave shit to Dashmi about that episode. We are friends. We are friends. I made him
Oh,
cry this morning. Actually,
wait,
he was on tears. He
oh,
was in
wait.
tears.
We're not gonna address those right now. We need
Oh,
to.
sorry, sorry, sorry.
Oh, no, no, no. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. I want to drag it out as long as possible.
Oh no, he gets so much shit. So, oh man, we should have dragged it out. Oh well, I
It,
tease him enough as it is.
yeah, I don't think we can retract those statements. I don't think you've actually landed on
My
what you
lawyer will
are.
be in contact with.
Yes, yes, yes. We will address them.
Redacted.
Yeah, you know what? I'll censor it. I'll send I'll censor it, and that'll drag that out. Even more fun.
Beautiful, beautiful. You know.
So, just for the listeners, you are an adult entertainer. Actually,
Yes.
may I ask what is the like proper term for that? Like, there's so many to refer to.
Yeah, there's so many. I use the term JV actress just because I think JV is different from Western porn. But say, for example, I went to Miami and I introduced myself, I would just say porn actress because not a lot of people know what JV is.
Hmm.
But so I just say porn actress, but JV actress I feel like is more accurate.
Yeah, I think that in what I've like been researching, and yes, you can do very serious research when looking up the differences between pornography. What I've been researching and what I've like seen, just what you've like described anecdotally in like some interviews you've done,
Hmm.
is that there is a very clear distinction. Just like,
I think so, yeah.
yeah, like just in terms of like, I mean, there's the actual like business of it, which is very different. There's the
Mhm.
actual like fandom of it, which is different, and then
Mm.
more the more pronounced difference is just culturally.
Right?
You made some very interesting points in your like Asian boss interview.
Oh, thank
That
you for watching that.
Oh no, absolutely. It was insightful. It was like it was a good glimpse and window into like what exactly is the industry that you're in, which
Mhm.
varies differently from what I gather like the either Western or I guess from my reference point, the American uh larger like porn and like sex work industry like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
So definitely want to touch on those things. But I don't even want to touch on that yet. What I really want to
Oh,
touch on
what are
is
we touching?
we're touching on Pokemon. I
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes,
thank you. Oh, thank you.
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I wanted
Okay.
to, because one of the videos that I like found myself watching of yours on your YouTube channel, which by the way, y'all subscribe,
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
is your Pokemon collection,
Oh.
the trading cards.
Oh,
I was
thank you.
like, oh, this is like a heartwarming collection right here. Because
Oh.
it's your favorite Pokemon and then like cards that you found like the art interesting, or that's kind of what I gathered.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So not necessarily the most expensive cards, but the ones I really and truly love and hold dear.
hmm And I also understand that one of your two favorite Pokemon, if I'm right, is Snubble and Chansey.
You're absolutely right. Well, you're doing your research.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And what attracts you to Snubble and Chansey? Just them as
um,
Pokemon.
Chansey is a very healing Pokemon, and they have this egg that is actually for other Pokemon for when they're sick or feeling sad. So I really like that, and I would like to be something like Chansey, where a lot of like just bringing joy to other people. And actually, there was a huge like nuclear kind of incident in Fukushima here in Japan. I'm sure like everyone knows like Fukushima 50. But the mascot Pokemon of Fukushima became Chansey because it is like that healing kind of Pokemon. And so if you visit Fukushima in Japan, you'll see like Chansey manholes, like manhole covers on the streets. Um, you'll see like it's obviously like a dude in a costume, but there's like Chanseys walking around. It's just a very healing Pokemon. And for Snubble, it's just very ugly cute. I like things that have a gap. So Snubble has like a little underbite. It's not necessarily the cutest Pokemon, but I think it is so adorable. It's just a pink little dude. He's just the cutest thing I've ever seen. Thank you so much for asking me about Pokemon. This is a treat. You're not asking me about what my best techniques are or how to make a guy come. You're like, who's your favorite Pokemon and why?
I mean, I that would be the natural inclination, and we might get to that, but honestly,
Beautiful.
like the thing that like in all the media like I've seen of you, the thing that comes to the forefront is like all the nerdy geeky stuff. It's
Oh no, it's seeping through.
I think that's by effort of your own. Because
I did try to hide it a little bit. Like I didn't want to be too geeky to be like, oh, look at this weeb in Japan. But I am very geeky. I am very, but not just Japanese stuff. I love all sorts of geekery. Any country's geekery, I'm down to party.
Okay, that's awesome. What have you been getting into recently that's like not Japanese media?
Something I'm really, really obsessed with, and I don't think you'll know about it. I'm not saying that in a pretentious way. A lot of people, when they see it, they have like these ideas that oh, this is kind of cringe. But there's this series called Hell of a Boss on YouTube. It's a free animated series. You can watch it for free. It's kind of like South Park, very crude, very graphic, but recently, the series has gotten a little bit more serious and very human in the way that they represent the characters and the issues that they face. And I am really, really obsessed with that right now. And that's created by an American animator.
Okay, it's called Hell of a Boss.
Yeah, so Helava is like one word,
Oh,
kind of like how
okay.
we write it in slang, hell of a
hmm
boss. It's really, really good. If you like comedy, Reggie, it's right up your alley. It's really funny. You'll be laughing. It just is a little bit crude, and the art style can be a little, it just reminds me of like when we were like sceney emo kids, but that's what the
Mhm.
artist does on purpose. And it's kind of refreshing because she doesn't really shy away from that kind of design that most people will see as like cringe, and she makes it work. I really love this series. It's on the 7th episode. Please check it out. This isn't a June Love podcast anymore. It's a Hell of a Boss podcast.
I will definitely check it out. And if there's anything I truly appreciate is animation. And someone like this,
Oh,
yeah, no, someone doing it on their own, putting it out on YouTube with 7 episodes in, I'm gonna check that out.
oh, please do.
Yeah, I'll check that out. The so yeah, like I think like through I don't one of the things that probably fuels this is the fact that like the in your industry as a JVA, you have to wait, did it JAV? Yeah,
JV.
yeah,
Just say porn actor. It's so like hard to say. Just porn actress is fine.
uh, gotcha. So as
You're
a
fine, Reggie.
JAV, you also have a like you have to connect with the fans on a certain level. Like,
Yes, that's the most important part. Yep. Yep.
yeah, you're not just like, yeah, of course you're on screen and you're naked and you're doing all this stuff,
Mhm.
but then there's like the heavy fan component.
Yep.
You
It's
have
the
to,
most important. Yep.
because what one of the things you were describing was that like you can't just rely on like DVD sales on their
Hmm.
own. What pushes those sales is like the fan events where you're meeting with them and you're like
Hmm.
connecting on a personal level. It's kind of like it's almost like a farmer's market approach where
I've never thought of it that way, but you're right, and I hate it.
yeah, where you just
Homegrown porn because I got integrity.
yeah, just like this is my homegrown porn. Yeah.
Yeah. It's made with real love and real joy.
Yeah, and like that, and that's something because in America, I don't know of any like fan events that are as
Oh,
common as that because they have the big like AVN
right. You're right.
awards, and then they have the Exotica Expo, which is like a
Hmm.
convention, but those are within the confines of that context. Here,
Hmm.
from what I understand of JAV, it's done like, oh, we need to schedule these fan events. They're going to be at this bookstore or at this shop,
Right. You're exactly right. Yeah.
and then we got to do these like couple times a month. Obviously, with COVID happening,
Hmm.
that's totally different. How do those fan events work?
Oh, they're really fun. So there's a few different ones. There's something called a release event. So when a film comes out, we really want to sell physical copies more than digital. They make more money for the studio. Um, and so let's say I was about to say something really vulgar. Let's say Ass Sluts 9. I tried to tone it down. That was actually way less than what I was going to say. So
I,
Ass Sluts 9 is coming out and I'm in it. And we'll set up an event. And if a fan buys one Ass Slut 9, they get 45 seconds to take pictures of me. And I'm usually wearing like a special cosplay or um, bikini or something. And then after that, there's like a sign and meet and greet where we can't shake hands due to COVID, but typically you can shake, hug, but it has to be from the actress. You can't touch the actress without their consent, obviously.
Mhm.
And I'll sign if they want me to sign the DVD, I've signed things like frying pans, Nintendo Switches, um, but I can sign the DVD as well. And yeah, I haven't had an event outside of the pandemic because I debuted last year, right around the time the pandemic started. But they're really important because most people can just pirate, and to give someone like the physical desire or reward when they buy a DVD is really important, I think. Otherwise, they're just going to pirate it. But it's like, oh, if I buy the DVD, I get to meet June and we can chat and they can sign my frying pan or my Nintendo Switch or whatever. It's really nice. And I really like doing those events. Other ones are like photo events where they get like 45 minutes of just us alone. And the more shyer fans typically like those because the other one's like 45 seconds and you're surrounded by a lot of people and you have to hurry and you can't say much other than, I love you, June. Your ass is great or something like that. But 45 minutes of just like chatting, or sometimes people will bring food and we'll just kind of eat together. And or you can take full nude photos, even in Japan, just entirely nude.
Oh,
It's
okay.
entirely up to you. Yeah. Those are the two events that I've done so far. But now that COVID is opening up, I'm going to start doing like game events or even cooking events where it'll be like a big video game meetup and we can play Mario Party all together as a group, or I will cook a meal and we'll have like dinner together. Um,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome. That's the type of thing that I think like the American porn industry is now adopting more because I
Oh,
do
really? Oh.
yeah, I do see a lot of like since the advent of like OnlyFans
Hmm.
coming into the market, a lot of like adult performers are taking more control of their brand and what they
Hmm.
can and what sort of content they can put out. I've seen adult performers like venture into YouTube channels and
Hmm.
Twitch streams, and that's something I saw more in like yeah, in the JAV context,
Yeah.
where you'd have a lot of like these performers like, oh, there's all these different avenues where I could connect and push my brand. And then from what I gathered from what you've expressed on like Asian Boss and stuff, it seems like as an industry in Japan,
Hmm.
it's a bit more holistic or restorative in the way that it approaches its performers and the people that occupy that industry. Just from what I've gathered. And then, oh, you were
Yeah,
saying?
it's no, I wasn't talking, but something I think is really important to note is that it used to be really, really bad and as scummy as you could imagine, like the stereotypical porn industry image that people have. So it's really hard to talk about the current state without people saying like, "But I read an article," and it's like, yeah, the article you read was 10 years ago before the human rights organization stepped in. There's an AV human rights organization
Mhm.
in Japan. They don't work with our industries. Like it's not people from my industry. They are people outside of the industry that regulate my industry and make sure that it's ethical. Like the
Mhm.
porn is ethical. Um, so when I do those interviews, like the Asian Boss or something else, and I say positive things about my industry, yeah, it's really hard because people are like, no, everyone's trafficked, and I'm like, not now. And I think you really should like recognize that
Mhm. No,
there have been
absolutely.
like a lot of effort put in to get rid of the filth and make it ethical so everyone, the consumer, the producers, the actresses, can enjoy making the content.
Yeah, I was some of the light research. I think that was probably during the 1980s or somewhere around there,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of the advent of like VHS, where you would get like, oh, there's so much being made and so much being consumed.
Hmm.
What's happening here? And like let's really create like an environment where this is regulated.
Right. But before, yeah, it was a hellscape. I would not have joined if it, yeah, the previous industry, I hear about it from people that have been in for like 30, 40 years, and it sounds not fun. And I don't think you can make a good film in a place that you're being like abused and exploited. But the current industry, I'm having a lot of fun. And I think because I'm able to have fun, I can make really good films that even consumers, because there is a bit of shame involved with any adult content, whether it be drawn, animated, written, or actual porn of humans actually having sex on camera. But to know that, hey, June Lovejoy was really enjoying getting fucked on camera, I think it also takes away the shame factor and they can actually enjoy the film for what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm a firm believer of like the best type of pornography to consume is the ethically made and like
Yeah, that's the only type.
yeah.
Yeah, Reggie, you're right.
Yes, only type. Yeah, the only and best type to consume is the one where like everyone is safe, it's ethically
Hmm.
made, and it's
Yep.
like that's that's the way you want it. That's the way you want to have it. I do want to ask something that kept on coming out in like the stuff that you were talking about in your
Hmm.
interviews is
Hmm.
you have a very sex positive view. Like there's
Oh yeah.
like super sex liberation coming through those videos. I'm like,
Oh
damn,
that. Oh.
yeah, no, I'm like, damn, June is down. Like 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 that's something, and I wanted to ask where's that rooted? Where's that come from?
Oh,
Because
I'm really glad that that's coming through, and I think it comes from pretty much where most sex uh, positivity comes from, and a really strict Christian upbringing.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yes, I grew up Southern Baptist, and my mom was evangelical, like with the talking snakes and talking in tongues or whatever. Um, and I grew up. When I started puberty, I only liked girls, and that meant I was going to hell, and I was mortified. So I had a lot of self-hate, shame, just about the purest thoughts of just kissing another girl. I was very ashamed of
Mhm.
that. And I think that shame, once you get over it, there's really only like a severe, like a very, very positive outlook on it after all of that negativity. And I just think human sexuality is exciting. Like, Reggie, I don't know what your fetishes are, but they're probably totally different from me. And that's just really fun to me. Like the fact that we are all human, and I don't know if it's nature versus nurture, but we all have different kinks and things that get us going. And it's really exciting for me to talk about those, not for like to jerk off. I'm not like, Reggie, tell me what gets you like getting hot. It's just like, why like with people who like feet stuff. I don't like feet stuff, but just hearing them talk about why feet get them so excited, or why in Japan armpits are a big thing,
Mhm.
and just talking to people with an armpit fetish is so interesting. I don't know if maybe in a different life I should have been like a psychologist or something, but I suck dick for a living. That's where we're at. But just listening to humans talk freely and openly about it, we don't need shame unless it's something where not all parties can consent. I'm not going to say that on your podcast. If two consenting adults, or are having fun, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, and I don't think there needs to be shame. And I think we only have one time on this earth, and it should be spent kinky and having fun. If you're into that, my
Yeah.
ace friends, totally valid.
Yeah, absolutely. What the only heaven you're promised is on earth.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
And one thing I wanted to tell you, did you know that the most fetishized body part is actually the feet?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, exciting. When I was a kid, I did think that foot fetish stuff was really weird because on the internet, people shame people with feet fetish, or
Mhm.
foot fetish, or furries, or, and you just kind of like jump on the bandwagon. But as I got older, I was like, yeah, feet are definitely not the weirdest thing you could jerk off to. There's some more extreme stuff out there. Feet is kind of tame now for me.
Oh no, absolutely. I think I'm online. I've seen the memes, like everybody being like, "Oh, well, at least I wasn't born with a foot fetish." Like,
Yeah.
all right, come on, please stop.
It's fun, like joke, like we'll tell, like I don't know if bringing up Nash Megan is okay, but in the Discord, I have a Discord where I talk to fans. In the Discord, we always tell Nashmi show feet, like we use it as a
Yeah.
joke, but no one is shamed. Like Nashmi will say like something, and we'll be like, "Shut up, Nashmi, show feet." Like we'll use it as a joke, but no
No.
one is shamed for anything. If you have
Mhm.
like a pee pee, like a piss fetish, or if you're really into like inverted nipples or whatever, like you do you. And sometimes I just like hearing about it. Like I'm not in a creepy way. It's just like, where did that come from? Like what
Yeah.
in your brain makes you think that that's appealing?
Yeah, I like the psychosexual nature of people is absolutely fascinating.
I love it.
I used to have this I used to do this joke where I was like so the crux of the joke is like, oh, I would whenever I go on a porn site,
Oh,
I would always look up thick, right? Or just some modifier like that, like BBW or thick. Then one day I I clicked a video where I didn't know the woman was pregnant. And then at that point, it was like I developed a new move, like a Pokemon,
I feel the same way.
where it's
I
like,
have unlocked a new,
yeah.
I have ascended to a new horny plane.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I didn't know this about myself. And then it's like dun 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 ticka, 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 dun. Reggie became creepier Reggie. And it's like, there is something that informs that. And there's so little research done into fetishes as a
Yeah.
whole. So no one knows where a lot of this comes from. A lot of people just assume, oh, maybe childhood and stuff, but there's definitely something more complex there.
Yeah, and I think it's so fucking fascinating, Reggie. I love
Hmm.
it.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, we've only just started researching the female orgasm, and it's just
Yeah.
like and some people still they think it's a fucking myth. I see on those subreddits, you guys are fucking crazy. Like
It's insane to
I
think
can
that it's a myth.
orgasm, you assholes. Like
Just angrily typing like a keyboard gangster, like that's not real. That's
the G
just
spot's not real. I'll show you the G spot. I'll show you your G spot.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'll show you your G spot. Give me $1. I'll show you your G spot.
Give me a glove and I'll show you yours, buddy.
Yeah, no, I do agree with you where it's like human sexuality and like at the full spectrum of it
Mhm,
is absolutely fascinating. It's also warm in and of itself too, in and of itself. Like
mhm,
there's a sort of like there's a real humanness to it
mhm.
because you engage in those sort of an activity that would trigger that in your
Mhm.
most intimate setting, or like you know, in a setting that two individuals are consenting and it's intimate
Yep.
and it's like
It's
restorative,
vulnerable. Yeah. Yeah.
vulnerable, all that stuff. I mean, just for someone to get off, and if they
Mhm,
have like a very, let's say they have gastrophilia, uh,
mhm.
you know, the fetish of farts,
Yep.
that you got to be very vulnerable and you have to be very open with another person to be like, hey, just want to let you know this is what I'm into, is
Yeah.
farts. If you're not down with that, we don't have to engage with that, but I did want to like go out on a limb, be vulnerable, and say that's what I like.
Yeah.
And
Could
then
the average person say that they have had that vulnerability with another human? I think not. So with human sexuality, that that willingness to be open and then to be vulnerable is just really beautiful. And I'm not into farts, but if someone opened up to me and said, "Hey, I'm really into this. You mind if we partake?" I wouldn't want to partake, but I would just be really happy that they opened up to me
hmm
in that way. Just
no,
because as humans, we typically don't, especially in this day and age where there's like being canceled or being like ridiculed, it can spread really fast. It's no longer just a private thing. Uh, for someone to open up to you in that way is just beautiful. And yeah, they're talking about farts, but I don't give a shit. That
yeah,
vulnerability is beautiful.
absolutely. And that's it at the end of the day.
Hmm.
One thing that you did in relation to this, one thing you did mention was that because of like censorship laws in Japan, some
Hmm.
other body parts are being sexualized or like being eroticized or fetishized, like
Yeah, you really
collar.
did your research. Yeah.
I had to come correct, June. Okay, I, you know, just straying off topic. One, so you know, being told I'm so excited to have this interview. Like I
Hmm.
truly am,
I
because
appreciate that.
because the way, so speaking of he who shall not be named.
He's seething right now. Take your copium.
We will address the rumors. We will address the rumors. Um, I saw his transition from like a casual fan to now
Oh.
a possible alleged friend. We don't know. We don't know. But I saw
Jury's
his,
still out.
yeah. I saw his transformation. I'm like, man, like, and like, you know, Nashmi's a nerd. He'll get into stuff,
Rip
but
him.
oh, he knows it. He knows it. Yeah, he's a nerd. He'll get into stuff, and then what first started as like, oh yeah, you know, she has some pretty cool videos, and then all of a sudden, yeah, I'm on the Discord. You know, I bought some shirts, and I'm like, okay, but
Oh.
so so having done that, I was like, okay, this seems like a very genuine and awesome person to interact with, and
Oh. I'm
doing all.
literally just a pervert. Please don't glorify me. I don't even think people should go into sex work. When people ask me in interviews, like, do you recommend the industry? And I will say that there are good things about it, but I'm like, no, don't get in here.
That's the David Letterman approach.
Oh,
People would ask David Letterman, "Hey, should I do stand-up comedy? I've been thinking about it." And he's like, "No, don't do it." And then his reasoning was like, "If you truly believed and you wanted to do it, you wouldn't need me to tell you."
oh, that's really fucking good. I like that. I wish that was my reasoning, but mine is you probably saw it on Agent Boss, but for people who haven't seen it, you throw a lot of things away when you join the industry. And unless you're 100% okay with that, don't join. I can't even get a job at like a convenience store or like working at a part-time at a Levi's. There's no way those companies would have me. So that's why I don't recommend going into the industry.
Yeah, that's a real bullshit part about that. Like,
I appreciate you saying that.
like that, like, come on. That's one facet of your life amongst many others. You could be you are a professional. Like, you could be the best gene folder, but because you went, because you
Because
did.
I suck some cojones on camera. I can't fold jeans anymore. All right.
Sorry. We don't want. This is a family company. We've seen Anal Sluts 9, and
Yeah. And we're not impressed. All right.
we can't have you near our Levi's 501. All right.
This episode of Jibber Jabber was sponsored by Levi's 501 Jeans.
Sponsor the pod, Levi's.
Levi's, come on. Hire the sex workers.
Yeah, I was going to say hire June, sponsor the pod, run us our check.
My ass looks really good in your jeans, especially the Target ones. Please, I haven't bought jeans in 6 years. These tiny Japanese jeans are not cutting it.
Yo, do you want some American jeans?
I do. I'm begging. I'm using this Jibber Jabber as a fucking lifeline.
Okay, no, that's it. We're gonna do this. Christmas is coming up. You tell Nashmi and I will link up. You're gonna get some jeans.
Oh my God.
It's happening. It's happening.
I've been wearing the same jeans for 6 years, and people could be like, ew, gross. But no, like, I take care of my clothes. I'm very, very big on in used clothing. But jeans, impossible. There's no jeans. I've just been wearing skirts for the past 6 years.
Okay, I was wondering. I was like, now that you mention it, every press video I've seen, I was like, wait a minute. There's a skirt. There's a skirt. It's
yeah,
all
give
running.
Me some please.
Okay. You heard it here, folks. June's gonna receive some jeans from Jibber Jabber. There's actually, there's a Levi store. There's a mall down here called Aventura. There's a Levi store. We can laser etch. I will laser etch Jibber Jabber on those jeans.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you think you could put in a job application for me at Levi's while you're there?
Okay, yeah, no worries. I got you.
Previous job experience sucking dick in Japan on camera.
Previous job experience. Anal Sluts 9. Yes.
Yeah, Anal Sluts 9. Beautiful, beautiful film.
Okay, so we've established Jibber Jabber will be sending you a pair of jeans.
Some custom jeans, nonetheless.
Some custom jeans. So you're big into used clothing. Yeah. How are the thrifts? Okay, so what I know of the thrift stores in Japan is that there's nothing but heat, like straight up Johns. You're familiar with the word Johns?
I'm from America, Reggie. You sound like
okay.
You sound like okay. Never mind. I was gonna say he should not be named.
No. Oh. That's right. You're from Florida, right?
I'm from Florida. I was born in Florida. I get my gator when I retire. All right.
Yes. Perfect.
You can take the Floridian out of Florida, but you can't take the Florida out of the Floridian.
I'm so happy you're from Florida. I have a real pride for our state.
Oh yeah?
Yes, I do.
You see Channel 5? I saw the Channel 5 with Andrew. I saw Miami Beach episode.
I do see Channel 5.
I love
Channel 5. I don't know how they find the right person. I bet they're combing hundreds of people until they find.
It's Miami, Reggie. And when you go to like those anti-vaxxer rallies, like those people want to scream into mics already. He's not having to work as hard as we think.
Absolutely. You know what? If you like Channel 5, you know which one you'll enjoy?
What?
Sidewalk Talk, New York City.
Okay, hold on. I'm writing it down right now.
Let me make sure that I'm actually getting it right. Okay. Because, yeah.
I'm writing it down right now. Okay.
Yeah, Side Talk, New York City. Sorry.
Okay. Side Talk. Okay.
Yeah, Side Talk, New York City. New York City is a simulation. I don't know how they find.
I've never been. I do not want to go.
Yeah. So
But
what's
it
oh,
means a lot that you just accept that I'm from Florida, because a lot of people on the internet are like, no, they're obviously German, or they'll say something like vaguely racist, like they're obviously like from some shithole country and they're hiding it because they're embarrassed. And I'm like, I openly say that I'm from Florida. How much more can you ask of me?
I'm not from a shithole country. I'm from a shithole state. And
Yeah,
that's so that's so weird. I
it
mean,
is weird. It's yeah,
it's I guess, that just speaks to like what's it called? This speaks to like a couple things here. Like, so this is a complex idea to represent here, but
okay, okay,
people are like people like they're imposing onto you where they think you're from
yeah.
based on, well, what exactly?
I don't know. I think people are just really afraid of being one-upped, or being like taken advantage of. Like they, especially on the internet now, they like think everything is a lie, even when someone's being truthful. So with my content and my streams and my entire online, well, using the word persona doesn't help, but I am very open and honest. And rather than telling a lie, I just will say I'm not answering the question. um just people are really hostile in today's internet environment, but I'm just honest. I'll even say like, hey, my opinion's probably shit, but this is what I think. I'm open to change. But for people to hone in on my fucking birthplace, I've never been to Germany, I can't speak German, like, of all the things to like get hung up on, it's really weird.
Yeah, absolutely. And then it's like, then it's also this, an individual is using, I don't know what signifiers, that's like, oh, that's German. Yeah, I've seen
I
I've seen at least 100 Germans in my life. That's a German.
don't even look German.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just, it's weird to think. I get that myself
Oh, you
because
do? Oh,
not German.
what do people say?
So my mom is Nicaraguan and my dad's Haitian, right?
Oh, wow, you must be very handsome. I haven't seen a photo of you, by the way.
Oh, I'm gonna send Nash me the worst photo of me.
Okay,
Uh,
beautiful. I appreciate it.
so yeah, so people like down here, down here in Miami, people will be
Mhm,
like, "Oh, so you're Dominican?" I'm like, "No, well, no, I'm not Dominican." I could see where you would get that from.
mhm,
Caribbean
mhm,
and Central American together would make that, but actually born in Miami. Mom's this,
mhm.
dad's this, and they're like,
Oh,
mm, "Are you sure you're not Dominican?" I
it's as if you'd lie about it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like, nothing
what do
wrong.
you gain from? Yeah, there's nothing wrong being Dominican, but why? Why do they think? Why do people think everyone's lying? And what a mundane thing to lie about.
Yeah,
Like, don't most people like lie? Like, women typically lie about their age, right? Like, that's a stereotype. I'm not gonna lie about my fucking birthplace. I can't hold a conversation about like fucking Germany. But if you're like, hey, June, do you like going down to the Waffle House where you'll potentially get shot? And I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah, Miami. That's yeah, Miami Vice, baby. Like I can hold a conversation about America, but not about Germany. But it's fine. We use it as a joke. There's like a lot of like really nice fans who come to all the streams who now actually say they're fucking assholes. Like when someone's like, June, where are you from? The like longtime fans are like, oh, June's from Germany, and they make it worse. Like
spreading internet rumors about you.
they're okay, and like stop it. Like actually, I sorry, I don't want to take up the conversation too much,
No,
but
please, please.
there's an inside joke in the Discord that one of the Australian girls who are is in there, that's my wife. And one time in on a YouTube stream, I was like, yeah, my Australian wife is kind of like acting up. I said something like offhand, and then the casual viewers of the stream were like, oh, I didn't know you were married. So now people are commenting like, oh, I hope your wife is doing good. And I was like, I'm not fucking, I don't have an Australian wife, but okay.
That's how you hear that, June fans. That's how you
Yeah.
can discern fake June fans from real June fans.
Yeah. No, because the even harder real ones will like actually spread misinformation.
I I hope I achieve the level in my career where I could just be where people spread lies about me.
Oh yeah. Okay, okay. But it's exhausting though, because if they spread things that you're
Mhm.
like, I don't know, if I had an interview and you were like, yeah, June, I heard you're from Germany, I'd be like, you didn't research anything. Like, I would be kind of annoyed.
Mm-mm. You did not listen to Jibber Jabber with Reggie, the foremost podcast for all June information.
Oh, God. Talking about Pokemon and Miami.
We still got to touch up on some more Pokemon
All
because
right, all right.
we hit a good vein with like some of the JAV stuff, and I was like, and in the middle of that, I was like, man, I had more Pokemon stuff. Um, and yeah, where was? Oh, so yeah, okay, my Florida, love it, support it. And then we were talking about thrifting. That's what we were.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, we
Yes.
we strayed a little bit there, buddy. Wow, I didn't even realize it.
Talking about thrifting there, I was looking at my notes. Yeah,
Mhm.
thrifting. Cause I like on Grailed, you see a bunch of cats like that live in Japan that are like,
Mhm.
hey, I found these Maharishi and these like this like vintage Comme des Garçons at this thrift store, $800. Have you had any really good finds?
So I'm not pretentious about it, but I'm not into brands like that. I'm not fashionable in that sense. I don't have drip, as the kids would say. But I do know that Japan's thrift scene is incredible. Just like their vinyl scene is really incredible. You can find some really insane shit here for pretty cheap. But I typically just go with clothes that my giant American body can fit in. So beggars can't be choosers. That's why I
Oh,
don't have any drip.
okay. Okay.
I just want to wear some jeans and like a fucking anime t-shirt and my Doc Martens and call it a day. I do not want to get all dressed up.
Okay. I feel that. I feel we got to make this happen. This is a rescue. This is a rescue
It
effort
really
now.
is a rescue mission. I need to contact the embassy and be like, please, my ass,
my
please,
my my sculptuous American ass needs jeans now.
please.
It's a matter of importance. Excuse me, Biden. We
Yeah,
have
thanks, Biden.
we have an American in Japan that needs our help. Well, get him get him jeans.
Get him the 501.
Yeah. We'll go over what Levi number that you would prefer.
Oh God.
We'll go over this is
Okay.
happening. This is happening.
I
And
really appreciate it. Even as a bit, just the thought of having jeans is just like Christ-like almost. I feel like if you invited to me like if you were pitching me a cult or something and you were like, you get jeans, I'm at the point in my life where I'd be like, oh, yeah, absolutely.
oh yes, please and thank you. Yeah. What is it? When are we drinking the Kool-Aid?
We're going to Jamestown? Is that what you said? Jamestown?
Free podcast with
Jim
puns.
Jeans?
Jim.
Jim Jeans?
Oh, please.
No.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Terrible.
Not terrible. No, that is, you know what we call that? We call that laser accuracy. All right. Laser accuracy.
Getting taken off iTunes immediately.
um what where was I again? Man, where are oh, I know what I wanted to ask you about. Transitioning back to anime and like geeky stuff. I
Beautiful.
I need to know
Mhm.
that Zatch Bell.
Holy shit. That is my shit.
Yes, please talk your shit. Talk your
Really?
shit. Yeah,
You're giving me the floor to talk
please.
about the greatest anime ever conceptualized?
Yes, I love Zatch Bell as well. I used to read the manga. I remember
Oh.
watching it in Cartoon Network.
Mhm.
Oh, Fogore. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
all there. So please
That
talk your
means a lot.
shit.
No, the way I always recommend it to people is it has the perfect balance of emotional scenes, like heart-wrenching scenes, comedy, and action. Like you cannot find a series like that anywhere, and I will stand by that. Not, not in a pretentious way. It's such a good fucking series. You'll be laughing your ass off, and then all of a sudden it's like the most intense action scene you've ever seen, and then you're like sobbing. It's an emotional roller coaster of a series, and it's really easy to enjoy and get into and finish. Unfortunately, I'm very anti-piracy, but with Zatch Bell, there is no way for fans who can only speak English to enjoy the entire series, manga or anime. So you're gonna have to the P word that shit. sail the seas. I'm whatever you want. I'm very anti-piracy, but that's the only way you can enjoy the series. There's a hot zaddy in that series named Dr. Riddles. He's a 60-year-old character, and I have been lusting after him since I was like 10. Uh, I used to carry around, I printed out a bunch, there was like Word, right? Back in the day. There still is Word, I imagine, but just use Google Docs. You don't have to pay for that anymore. But anyways, I used to like mash a bunch of pictures of Dr. Riddles onto a single Word document, print it out, and then I would slip it into my binder and carry it around school. And I was in love with this man, and I still am. I would die for that depressed zaddy. He's such a good character.
I remember Zatch Bell. It came on in the Cartoon Network Toonami block for like Friday
Right?
nights or Saturdays.
Yeah. I would just record it. I don't remember. Yeah.
And I would, so my initial, like the first episode, I'm like, what is this about?
Mm-hmm.
Dolls that fight to be king? Okay, I'm curious. And then bam, I'm tuning in every Saturday. And you're right.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right about the series. It has everything. But what I really enjoyed about the series was how animated the facial features, the
Oh,
characters yelling it during comedic scenes, like they played it up. It was so
yeah,
it
you're right.
it was so it was so slapstick and like
Yeah.
just over the top. They sold every joke. They
And they do those like super, and I know in anime, like they're like, well, they always do super exaggerated faces, but like multiply that by 100 and you have Zatch Bell. But
Mhm.
then also when it got serious, like say for example, Parco Fagore, which is just like this womanizing Italian superstar. He is like comedy, slapstick. He's that character. But when he gets serious, the artist draws him with like all of this shadow and his eyes get like kind of, I don't like handsome. I don't know, like kind of shiny, but not like in an anime sense. Like they just get very serious. And someone who was just like talking about groping titties is now like going to save the world. And I love again that gap. Like same with Snubble, I mentioned earlier, like really cute, but also really ugly. Well, Zatchbell is really serious and really funny. So
Mhm. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
it's my number. It's just hard to recommend it because the only way you can really enjoy it is with piracy. They did not finish the manga, and they did not finish the anime, and that's no fault of Western viewers.
Did they not finish it in the West, or was it like unserial, like was it deserialized, or like was it
Yeah, it lost its block on Toonami apparently, and then also the manga. There was some problems with the publisher, uh, and it lost that there. But you can read all of it. Obviously, they just had their 20th anniversary here in Japan. Um, it's been that long. And so there's a big celebration. You could get all the manga, the entire series for half off, and I bought it. And then they had these like little pop-up stores, and it was really nice. And you can read all of it, you can watch all of it, but American fans or fans outside of Japan are just kind of shit out of luck, which sucks because it's a really good series.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I did not know that that happened to that. I mean, I remember it stopping,
Hmm.
but I
Right.
feel like I think well, from what I understand, I think it arrived to its end, or maybe not. I could be
Oh,
misremembering,
I
because
think it stopped around Zophis right after Zophis got his ass kicked. That's a spoiler. Sorry, that's a big spoiler, actually. Well,
20
yeah,
years, it's okay. 20
it's
years.
up. It's on you guys. It means you didn't have a childhood if you didn't watch it as a kid.
Yeah, it means you're not a purveyor of good taste. So
Yeah, it's a really good. Yeah. Okay. I don't like being like overly aggressive about my recommendations and but Zatchball, you cannot go wrong with it. I am very confident in that recommendation.
okay, yeah, I I truly do appreciate you going to bat for Zatch Bell. I
I
think
appreciate you asking me about fucking like you haven't asked me anything sexual like at all.
there's so much more here.
Yeah.
There, onion, the
The
Shrek
onion.
onion.
Oh yes. Oh god.
There's so much more here, and like as far as like just in what I've been like watching and like trying to like learn,
Hmm.
and trying to arrive to one, it's I want to know something that I don't know about. And
Oh yeah, you're getting that for sure. No.
yeah, that's something I want to know about. Like how many fans can say that, oh, I hope your fans make you like construction paper jeans now. Like I hope like here are your jeans, June. But that's something that I think a fan would appreciate. Like, oh, June wants jeans, June loves Zatch Bell. So I want to get to like that sort of stuff.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm down for anything, down to clown, and I appreciate the effort you've put into your research.
Yeah. I do want to also ask, okay,
Hmm.
ideal Pokemon team.
Oh, okay. Oh, fuck. I actually have an image of this, but I don't have it up, so I'm just gonna answer on the fly. So obviously a Chansey, obviously a Snubbull. I think Grimmsnarl is super hot, so he's on the
Yes.
team.
Yes.
I think Nidoking is also very hot, and he's on the team. And I've always loved Tyranitar, and I think I might have reached 6, maybe. I'm not sure. If not, get me Kingdra in there. We can't fly, but we can swim. My team cannot fly, so I guess we're taking airplanes everywhere we go. Um, but yeah, I like Chansey a lot. I think Tyranitar is like the coolest fucking Pokemon. I have inappropriate feelings about Nidoking and Grimmsnarl and Snubbull and Kingdra. I just like them as Pokemon. I think Kingdra's beautiful, and I think that whole new, like when they make new games and they have evolutions for older Pokemon from previous games, that's my shit. I get so excited about that kind of crap.
That
Like
is exciting.
yeah, like Togetic getting Togekiss and Diamond and Pearl. That game, the remakes come out next week. I'm really excited. Um, that also gave away when we recorded this. Sorry.
That's okay. Don't worry. Like I told you at the beginning, DIY punk rock doesn't
All
matter.
right. So if you release this next year, they'll be like, Jesus Christ, Reggie, get your shit together.
Oh my gosh. I actually do need to very, very seriously get my shit together in terms of like my output for this podcast.
Use Fiverr, dude. That's what I use. I'm actually looking at Fiverr as I was as we were like doing our pre-meeting for this.
Okay.
Fiverr saved my life.
Let's see, where were we? So I did want to in the vein, we let's get just a little blue. A little blue.
Oh, a little blue. Okay, I'm ready.
A little blue. Okay.
Lay it on me.
So a lot of people, when they think of JAV or
Okay.
Japanese porn,
Hmm.
there's a social and cultural and contextual reason why it's censored, all that stuff, and we can get into
Okay.
that later. But typically people think about that, but then they also think about like bukkake, right? Which is, if for the uninitiated, could you give them a definition? Like, what is that act exactly?
So, damn it. There's so many things I want to say.
And say them
Japanese
all.
people are very tickled when I tell them that Americans or non-Japanese people pronounce bukkake. Even my favorite comedian, Eric Andre, had his birthday party as the bukkake birthday party. I love the mispronouncing of that. I just mispronounced the word saying that. But anyways, bukkake is when a bunch of guys come on a girl's face, or a guy's face, whatever, and you do you. But it's usually like three. It's like two guys doing it. I don't really think that's bukkake. Oh, I say bukkake now. Three or more. There's not really a set rule, but it's just like that huge amount of cum on a girl's face. That is bukkake.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I like it in manga. I don't typically like it in person, just because if people don't have a good diet, their cum can smell really nasty and gnarly, and that can get in my nostrils, and I don't have a good time when some gnarly squid cum is up my nose holes.
You heard it here first, folks. No gnarly squid cum.
Yeah, eat your veggies.
Eat some fruits.
Please, pineapple.
Eat some fruits. Eat some veggies. Drink more water.
Please, I'm begging you.
Please.
Oh, okay, so we're bringing up bukkake, some very cultural NPR level shit on Jibber Jabber.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. We don't, only serious topics here. Only serious topics here. Okay, and is that one of the things you mentioned in like your Asian boss interviews, that you can actually blacklist some actions that you don't,
Yeah.
any sort of like performances, actions, or like anything that you don't want to do?
Right.
Can you disclose what's in the blacklist
Of June Lovejoy? Yeah, I can.
okay? What?
Okay, I don't. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I was gonna be dramatic and theatrical. What is it that the pervert June Lovejoy does not want to do?
Okay, I don't want to get your iTunes channel or profile in trouble, but I won't do Lolly or Shota, even though it's like obviously a 35-year-old dude. If he's dressing up in like a kindergarten outfit, that makes my pussy dry as fuck, and I do not participate. I won't do incest unless it's like I did one film that was really fun. It was like I remarried this like 60-year-old dude and he had like a 30-year-old son. And I was like, I'm in my 20s right now, but I'm like the 20 new wife and I get it on with the son. Like that was hot, but it's not like incest, like, yeah, I fuck my cousin, Arkansas. Shout out to Arkansas. What else? I don't drink pee. I don't do pee stuff very well. I don't like pee and I don't like poop. I think that's my list. I think that sums it up.
Okay, all right. That's a. I think that's probably the best list.
Thank. Everything else is fun. Everything. I don't like being. I'm really good at making women squirt. Hashtag brag, humble brag. But I don't like being squirted on because it kind of makes my skin burn. I break out really easily because I'm very pale, and it can make my skin kind of reddish. So it's not on my blacklist. But when I make women squirt, you can kind of see me move away from the projectile coming towards me.
Okay. No, I think you should start wearing a raincoat.
Yeah, I should. When I'm coming after everyone's moms, yeah, I'll wear a raincoat.
Please, actually, you know what? Please come for my mom.
Thank
She's a widow.
Reggie, no. Am I going to be your new stepdad? Am I going to be Reggie's stepdad?
You know what I think I would do adult entertainment, but I have a very specific role I want to play.
Okay, what do you want to play? Lay it on me.
I want to be the person that reacts to walking in on their partner, or the person that is distracted while they're fucking next to me or behind
Oh,
me.
I love those characters so much.
I want to play that because I have a really good straight face.
You're going to ham it up?
Yeah, oh no, I know for a fact I could nail it. I could nail it.
Like you hear a little tap on the wall because they're fucking next to you and you like look over your shoulder like, just the wind, like a Skyrim NPC.
Yes. Yes, exactly. I can be the Skyrim NPC.
Oh my God.
I want to be the legend. Like, oh, you see that? That's Reggie. He never reacts to any fucking around him. He's the best. Like, I want to be like the
legend.
The cuckold guy. Like, oh no, I have a great crying face. Like,
okay.
They want me to cry, get into it. I know I can nail it.
You're gonna novella it.
Oh yeah, I'm a Meryl Streep that. Yeah. Yeah,
I love it.
I'm a Meryl.
You are welcome anytime. On that note, I know we're like joking, having fun. The like most annoying, I'm gonna get a little negative here. The most annoying fucking thing is like dudes in my DMs like, oh, porn, I could do that. I could fuck all day. Like fucking on camera for like 11 hours in like a hot room with like 30 people, like staff and everyone like trying to make a good fucking film, like a product to sell, is not the same as you like porking it in your mom's basement with, somebody that you met at the fighting game convention. It's not the same. Not.
That was very specific. Is there something that you want to tell us about like fighting game conventions?
The fighting game community is kind of annoying. The girls in the fighting game community are hot as fuck and deserve respect. And I think all the guys can just go home unless they are down with the clown. Like some guys that they're like, oh, are you here just to get a boyfriend? It's like, fuck you, dude. Like, I'll make your mom come. Go away.
First of all, I would not come here for a boyfriend.
Yeah, yeah, seriously. You think I'm after you?
Like, be more self-critical. Let's be more self-critical.
Think before you speak, buddy.
So,
but yeah, no, I like fighting games, and the fighting game community is fun. But some dudes can be gross, as everyone can be gross anywhere we go. But
overwhelmingly, like statistically, dudes mostly gross.
Yeah, Smash community, you guys fucking sucked in San Diego. I'm just gonna lay it out. I don't like being negative, but that was gnarly.
No.
What you guys?
Yes, let's Jibber Jabber exclusive Smash community. That was gnarly.
That was gnarly. You guys have had some rank dudes in that community.
There was what was it? I think there's like the picture that always floats around every once in a while
Mhm.
when
Mhm.
people want to make fun of Smash players. It's like the
Mhm.
tournament that mandated deodorant.
Oh, I wasn't even using the word rank as smell, but you're right. I was using it more like just the shittiest people.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But the smell, yes. But
yeah,
I'm sure as a college student with very little money that I wasn't the best smelling 19-year-old either, but I still bathed. I just think, yeah,
yeah.
college kids have it rough.
Yeah, but we saw the skincare routine
Oh, that's
on the
embarrassing.
Sid Snap. All right, we saw the skincare routine. We know you have it on lock. So I think,
Oh,
yeah, no, I was we can talk off the air. We can talk off the air about skincare routine and stuff.
if you need some shit, I'll send it to you. I send Nashmi shit all. Or I send who shall not be named shit all the time.
Oh, we'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Okay.
So I did want to say, like, yeah, I think like dudes grossly underestimate what it means to like make pornography versus what
Yeah.
it means to like fuck at a non-professional casual level.
Yeah. Yeah. Casual sex
Hmm.
and competitive sex. It's like
Yes.
that.
Yes, exactly. They grossly underestimate it. I think you have to, like, I remember I was filming something for a friend,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
it was just a kissing scene, and
Hmm.
and that and that was already a production. It's like, all right, hold, we got to get lighting right, get the gaffer over here, we need this light over here, make sure, oh, we got a microphone on frame, reset everybody, and that's
A
no,
kiss.
yeah, that's a kiss. I can't even begin to imagine what like a whole like porn production would be like.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's a lot. It's fun, but it's exhausting. And I don't mean this like in a braggy way. I think not a lot of people can do it, which is why I don't recommend going into it. Like you're gonna ruin your life. I don't think it's a bad career, but I'm saying the society as a whole is probably not going to be very welcoming to you after you join it. And say, for example, you join and you suck at it and you can't get your little wee wee up, you're not gonna have a good time.
Because it's also it's a business at the end of the day
Yep.
too. Like if you
And
can't get it up,
word spreads fast. Yep. Hmm.
hmm you can't get it up. It's like, hey man, look, this shoot is costing us this much per day, per
Hmm.
hour.
Hmm.
I'm gonna call in my guy because it's okay. Yeah. So.
That's exactly what happens. And then that guy, you know, bless him, but he's not going to get any more work because it'll be like, hey, I found this new guy. And have you worked with them? And be like, oh, yeah, that gig came last week and he couldn't get it up. He held the whole shoot back. He's not going to get the job.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean,
Hmm.
that is someone's like they're trying to make money, but still,
Right.
it's
Yeah, I'm not mad at those people. Like I have people on set, like even the most famous, I'm not going to name them, but I've worked with very famous actors, JV actors, and they've had days, it's not something that you can always be like ready to go. And they'll be like, oh, sumimasen. They're just like really trying to get it up. But if that happens too many times, they're definitely not going to get any more work, no matter how famous they are. So,
hmm yeah, that's it. So you hear that, dudes in the DMs, you ain't ready. You you
you have to have your hunter training sequence.
you got to get the dick nen. You got to get
The
the dick
dignity,
nen.
yeah. You got to
Um,
get on Gon's level.
so I I did have this one. Where does where does the artistry come from? In, not to say that pornography doesn't have it, but you've
Right.
been in the industry for probably a year and some change. Probably you're
Hmm.
gonna reach 2 years now, right?
I'm almost, yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah, that's exciting. Next, in about 2 months, it'll be 2 years. That's, wow. I've worked really hard. Oh my God.
And I think the production schedule for like JAV is also pretty. You're churning out things. I think you mentioned like during pre-COVID times, like 5 times a week.
Hmm.
That's way more than like Hollywood actors. Like that's you're always recording.
Yeah, it's definitely gone down, and I'm glad that it did. The reason why I took on that many films is because I knew eventually it would slow down the pace. Like there's only so many, sexy, slutty English teacher films that they can film. Um, and I get to focus on other projects. Um, but yeah, I don't know what your question was, but I was just touching base on that.
Oh, so this is so it pornography is entertainment, and
Hmm.
there are individuals acting in there, and it's also like it's incredibly physically taxing, right?
Hmm.
So then I guess my question is like, for those that don't know, or for those that are being dismissive, where does the artistry come from in pornography?
I can't speak for everyone, but for me personally, I genuinely think of my fans when I'm fucking. And I know that sounds kind of creepy if you think about it, but I think like when I look into the camera or when I say a certain line, I'm not really saying it to the actor, which maybe I should. Maybe that might be a different person's style. But I really think like the way to get to have fans enjoy the content is to kind of add a personal level, even though I am fucking like another person on camera. So especially when I take package photos, which is the cover, when I'm looking into the camera, I sincerely do think about my fans and if they'll like this cover. And I try to look, like if I was, trying to seduce my fans when I
Mhm.
take my covers, and that's what helps me, stay focused and uh, ready for work.
Drilling down in the question in the question I asked, one of the things you had mentioned was that you had trained professionally as
Oh
an
yeah,
actor
yeah.
for eight from high school to college
Yes, eight
for
years.
yeah for 8 years. How is that coming through in like what what's on stage and probably in front of camera, movie acting or whatever that type of acting is. Now you have to do a very different type of acting in front of like the camera
Hmm.
in the context of a JAV. What is that? What does that feel like? What does that look like?
That's a really, really good question. I've never been asked that or even like thought of it, but I think the best way that my 8 years have kind of translated over to now porn acting is the way that I prepare for a film.
Mhm.
We get our scripts legally because of the Human Rights Organization. We have to get our scripts at least 3 days in advance from the production company in case there's something maybe we don't want to do. And when we sign a contract, it's what's in the script. That's all we can do. They can't ask anything that's not on the script. Uh, and so when I get those scripts, I practice even at home. So, yes, I'm at home with my two cats and I'm like, oh, yes, daddy. I don't do daddy films, but I'm just making a joke. And I practice a lot. And that comes from my 8 years in acting with professional acting. But I don't know. I mean, just the way that you it sounds kind of cheesy, but I think less than the acting experiences and more so like I've had a lot of life experience. I moved every year as a kid, and sometimes twice as a kid. And then I moved out of my parents' house when I was like 16. So I've had like kind of a fast track life experience and I've interacted with a ton of people, had a lot of ups, had a lot of downs. And a lot of times when I get a script and it's like, oh, I know how to react in this moment, or I know how a human would react in this moment, and that's what makes it easier for me to act rather than the acting experience that I had for those 8 years.
Mhm. Yeah. The other thing that and thank you for your answer. The other thing that like really fascinates me about it is that in so if we're acting for the screen or if we're acting for the stage, right?
Hmm.
You the physical stimulus that you would receive as your cues
Hmm.
aren't they're acted. Like if you're, doing combat acting, you're being
Hmm.
very conscious of like how you touch and how you hit and how you, land.
Right,
But
right.
here we have like here in pornography, you are receiving the physical stimulus like directly. And
Hmm.
then and you have to you have to be within yourself in a very different way to like
That's true.
get the character, get the expression off, or like director's cues are, I believe, are probably done on the fly, right? Like you'll probably receive hand signals or like
Yep, hands.
yeah, offstage cues or something, and then you're like, hey, June, we need you to face right now,
Yep,
or
right.
something.
Yep. You're exactly right. It's like a tap on the foot, or the actor gets a tap on the foot, and then that if I can't be tapped on, the actor will like tap on my butt in a certain way, or I'll see it out of the corner of my eye, and they're like, that's like for the story. I know people be like, oh, with the orgasms are fake, but especially in drama films, they need you to come at a certain moment,
Mhm.
and that they'll give you the cue in that sense. But that's cool that you recognize that. That is really neat that you know that it is a physical cue. And sometimes directors will just say, I'll leave it up to you, June. I trust your judgment. You're really good at this. And whenever you feel like it's good timing for the story, just give us your O face and I'll do just that.
Okay, because yeah, no, uh, that's good to. So that's also part of the an aspect of the question, where it's like, okay, so you do have this sort of like that obviously like anything that's being recorded is a collaboration, but
Yes.
you
Yeah.
do.
That's my favorite part. Yes.
Mhm. And you do also have some malleability when it comes to
Hmm.
like, oh, what are we doing in this scene, what are we doing in that scene, and like that's so interesting to find out that that's where some artistry can come through,
Oh
where
yeah, actually, Reggie, my latest films, I would say the last 5 films that I've filmed within this last month, the directors have just been like, June, they're not being lazy. They're just saying, do whatever the fuck you want because what you do is hot. And I had this lesbian film where I was topping 3 other like younger girls, and there was a script, but there was a script only for the words. The play, the actual like sexual acts, were all decided by me.
mm,
And I like the way it's going. I like that I get that freedom and that there's also this trust by the directors. Again, they're not being lazy. They're not like, fuck it, I don't want to write it. They're like, no, June's got it. Like, June is going to go to town on these girls and they're going to squirt like crazy. They have that confidence in me, which means a lot, to be honest. I know it sounds kind of dirty because what I'm saying is like inherently sexy or like inherently sexual, sorry. But it does mean a lot. Whether if I was like an animator or something, and say my boss was like, I need you to animate these scenes. Well, instead of like micromanaging me, they would just be like, no, 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 we trust your judgment. Like that means a lot, no matter what field of work you work in.
absolutely. No, I agree 100%, especially like when you think about like say action sequences in a movie, those are
Hmm.
all coordinated. Those are all
Hmm.
like practice and coordinated. And it no less over here in the JAV pornography context. Like you're probably like, actually, is there any interest, or have you floated the idea of maybe going into the writing or directing or maybe even coordinating space in terms of making and shooting pornography?
I have, and I recently, it's actually an interview that's going up on my channel soon, where I interviewed a very famous AV director or JV director. And we talked about me being a director. And he was like, no, you need to start right now. Like, you need to start literally tonight. Let's get you filming and directing. But Reggie, I have so many things on my plate. And I have so many projects that unless I can get more help from Fiverr.com or like, any in assistance and people to help me with my YouTube channel. I can't do it. And I know that's bad to say I can't. It's just time. I do want to direct and I do want to write scripts. And I feel confident that I could do a really good job and make good content because I am very, very much into human sexuality and making those films. But the time. But hopefully one day you'll see my name on the director list. That'd be nice.
Okay, fantastic. And and I'm looking forward to it, and I know
Yeah,
the fans
I'll
are
send you a copy, even though it's illegal. So I'll send you a download link.
too. Okay, so that's fascinating too, because that's one of the things that I had wondered myself. Like far too often, and what is the norm, unfortunately, is that very people just almost like popcorn consume pornography. Like
Yes. Yep. Yep.
I'm of the mindset that pornography is a luxury.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Like, because it's almost like you're going to a fancy restaurant, because
Mm.
you're getting a stimulus, you're
Hmm.
receiving dopamine. You're like you're taking in something professionally. It's almost like a restaurant or watching a professional sport. Like
Hmm.
you're consuming something. Just because of the internet, it's so accessible, doesn't
Right.
mean it's any less valuable.
Right.
Because because
I really appreciate using that word luxury because I use it too when I tell people about I'm very anti-piracy, and I'm not talking about fucking Disney or Marvel. I'm talking about like I'm my industry is not like a huge ass like corporate thing. Like yeah, there are corporations like with it, but piracy is killing my industry and making it to where we can't make as good films as we possibly could. And people say like, well, who only losers buy porn? No, it's a luxury. You don't need to watch it. You don't need porn. And it sounds weird coming from a porn actress, but you don't need to watch porn. And if you're going to watch it, you should probably support the creators who make it. And it's gotten so cheap, anyways. You could probably get it for a fucking dollar. So people who go onto those like scummy sites just to indulge in something that is one a luxury, it just blows my mind. They're separating themselves from the people who make it, despite watching it, consuming it already.
and receiving so much from it. Because an orgasm is 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 not just I mean, as much as we might have like
Mm-hmm.
depreciated it because of how easily accessible pornography
Oh,
is.
that's sad. Yeah,
It's
I get it
unfortunate.
though.
Yeah. It's an orgasm is still like, you know, I mean, I'm not trying to be too romantic about it, but it's still magical, you know? It's,
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that because I might have lost the like the gratefulness towards because I have orgasms for a living, so maybe I did kind of forget. Yeah, they are kind of magical and they're not guaranteed. So I appreciate you saying that.
yeah, so definitely thanks for getting into it. And also, Jibber Jabber official stance, we do not pirate.
Oh,
No
I appreciate
pirate.
it. I don't pirate either. If I really want to see something, I'll just wait because I don't need to hyper consume, and
Hmm.
I respect creators. Yep.
Hmm. Okay, I do gotta ask, and I'm very fascinated. How do how does squirting work?
Oh,
How
beautiful.
how do we do this? What do we just give me the rap genius, break it down for me.
Ramjin. No, because my answer is going to be kind of disappointing. It literally just depends on your partner's body. And I have an opinion that'll piss off a lot of people. I
Like
think squirting is just pee. And I have made so many women squirt on camera, off camera. I love women, I love making them come. But I think it's pee. I'll be completely honest. And there's a lot of people who say like, no, no, it comes from a different place or it's clear. Pee can be clear too. And I've had enough of it to where I'm like, this is probably pee, but I'm just gonna go with it. But the way I typically make women come, at least on the film that I was recently in, where I was topping three girls, is I just ask them like, hey, what stimulation gets you going? And they work in the industry, so they'll usually say like, oh, outer stimulation or inner stimulation.
Mhm.
And do you like it like rough or do you like it softer? And then they'll tell me their preference. And most women, at least the ones that I've been with, it's usually inner stimulation and it's usually on the upper side. So if you put your fingers in, you press up and then towards the clitoris, but you're pressing on the clitoris from behind.
Mhm. The
Um,
spongy area at the roof, right?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, you've already got it. But I personally have only squirted like 3 to 4 times in my life, and I don't like it. So not all women are gonna like it, and I don't think squirting equals a female orgasm. But it looks fucking awesome on camera, which is why JV does it so much. Same with bukkake, because we have the mosaic. Like we're already like handicapped in that respect. So we have to work with what we got.
Hmm. Okay. I in my lifetime, I've only made one woman squirt twice.
Beautiful. That's incredible. Those are some beautiful numbers.
We put
Yeah,
it up in the boards right
yeah,
there.
that's nice. That's a lovely number. I mean, if you make a woman feel good in general, you're already up on the board. That's king shit right there. I'll be completely honest with you. When I was in America, I dated maybe 4 guys. No one ever did any sort of foreplay on me besides kissing. And so when I came to Japan, I experienced foreplay for the first time, and I was like, "Oh, this is the shit." Um,
That
so
I
yeah,
man, we gotta do better. We
Yeah.
know better.
I'm a very big advocate for foreplay.
Hell yeah, like foreplay is mad important. Like
It's, yeah, I don't even need you to put anything in me. I just want the foreplay, buddy.
yeah, like how if you don't have the foreplay, how do you establish like what is good, what is not? You know, like foreplay is also like people kind of like I think most people kind of think of sex as like this like just this binary of like
Hmm.
start and then end. But like
Yes.
it's way more amorphous and malleable than that. Like it can go here. Like
Hmm.
I've had sexual encounters
Hmm.
where I don't come and it's like this was still so much fun. Let's
Yeah.
do it again. Or it's like, hey, can we stop at this point? And it's like, yeah, we can. You want to go
Reggie,
again?
Miami is safe in your hands. I am aware that the pussy of Miami is safe now that Jibber Jabber Reggie is here. No, because yeah, when I was growing up, it was always like the guy comes and then it's over. And that's boring as fuck, especially when I had lesbian sex as much as I did. I was like, this is not fun. But yeah.
They've done studies where like about like the intimacy between partners and like
Hmm.
across the board, lesbians checking off every box. They're like bada
Yeah.
bang, bada bang, bada bang, bada bang.
Just 5 hours of just like touching each other, like not even insertion. It's just like insanely awesome.
like 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 it's a piano concerto of just
Yeah.
like it's a,
I love it. And like, when like straight dudes are like, oh my God, lesbian sex is so hot. Like you guys can do that with your girlfriends. It's just kissing. Like you can do the foreplay too.
absolutely 100%.
It's not it's not just a lesbian thing.
Okay. You heard it here, folks. Not just a lesbian thing.
Yeah, we got a little spicy here on Jibber Jabber.
Do some foreplay. Kiss him in the neck.
Please,
Kiss him all over.
please.
Piano concerto. You heard it
If
here.
you think just insertion is the only way to have sex, then your wife does not need you. There is a toy in her drawer. You have to do better than the toy, Johnny.
I like to think you're actually speaking to a Johnny, and he's like, "What did I do?"
Yeah. What?
Uh,
What's this bitch coming after me for?
so
No, I haven't dated a John yet. That's fine.
okay. So I think it's time we address and settle the rumor.
Okay. Okay, beautiful.
I think it's time we really address this and like so for those of you that don't know, those of you that are listening, those that were skipping around to get to the real sexy parts, well, too bad. There was barely any sexy stuff in here.
It's
And
at the
that was
very
by
end.
my design. So if for those very loyal listeners, we had Nashmi Marquez on the podcast, brilliant artist, great friend of mine, long time friend. And he said something on the podcast that, well, we need to really settle. Probably 80% of the reason why June is here is because we just need an answer to this. Nashmi stated, I don't think we're friends, in reference to his interactions with June having been a part of the Discord, a very big part, a very vocal or active part at the very least, right?
Mhm.
Having been at the Twitch streams, all this stuff. He said, I don't think we're friends. I mean, I hope we're friends, but I don't know if we are friends. And the question here, June,
Mhm.
question I got to ask you, are you and Nashmi Marquez friends?
I want to continuously give Nashmi Marquez the business, but just to settle it, he is a very, very dear and close friend to me. And I adore the shit out of him. I love bullying him and picking on him. He's so bullyable. And his mic always clips, and I adore him. But you know what? I think it's really respectful the way he answered. I know we like rank on him and like, joke around like, oh, I guess June's not your friend. But it's really scary in the content creator space where people are like, oh, June is my friend, June's my lover, June's my wife. Like, there's some creepy dudes out there. So Nashmi being kind of respectful and hesitant to say whether or not we were friends means a lot. And I think it's why we were able to become so close because he was so respectful in the beginning. But yeah, to settle the record, Nashmi Marquez is my friend until further notice.
Until further, yes, keep him on
Yeah,
notice. Okay,
keep him. Yeah, on thin ice, buddy.
yeah, that's good to hear. And I think I agree with you. Like especially with like the sort of like relationships that we can build online, like
Hmm.
the cues and like the the usual progression of a social relationship of any
Yep.
kind is
Hmm.
totally muddled in like the parasocial that we experience on day to
Yep.
day through like all these things. So yeah, no, it would be difficult to discern, especially like
Yeah,
and
it's not something Nashmi could say as in that relationship
mhm,
on the fan side. He couldn't say that. It would have to be from me.
yeah. So that's good to hear, and I'm happy, and I know he'll. I can't wait.
No.
I can't wait to hear the stories of the Discord after we've dropped this fire episode. Fire episode.
I don't know if you can subscribe to iTunes, but subscribe to Jibber Jabber. Follow them on Instagram.
Thank you, thank you. Um, so I wanted to couple things here. We're coming up to I think it's been an hour 30, if I'm not mistaken.
Beautiful. Hmm.
I think that's a good spot I want to keep it at, just because
Okay.
we did get a lot in, and there's two other segments of the podcast that if you're down, we could like get into later, but it is kind of like you got a whole day ahead of you.
Oh yeah, if I can get a pee break, I don't want to say that on a podcast, but if I can get a pee break, I'm down. But I'm up for anything. Let me know.
Okay. So we have two other segments that we'd usually get into. We can
Hmm.
probably do like a lightning round of each, or you know what? Uh, by the way, if you don't want this on the pod, pay me to edit it out. Anyway,
Go on Fiverr, Reggie. I will send you an invite code, and I think you get like $20 off your first order. There's
oh,
no excuse.
I'm not. I am not editing. I am not.
You can hire someone for like $10 to edit this entire episode.
No, thank you.
Willingly.
All
Make
right.
a Patreon. Anyway, sorry. Okay.
No, no, no. So here's what I wanted to do. Okay,
Hmm.
here's what I gotta ask. Okay, so
Okay.
I love Pokemon. I really do. I really do.
Okay.
But my heart belongs to Digimon.
Okay.
So I need to know, June, what's your
Mhm.
Digimon take?
I watched Digimon. My parents used to do bowling like every, I guess, I don't know, maybe it was a Wednesday. No, Wednesday's church. It was some weekday. They would go play bowling. And I would sit in the little kiddie room and watch Digimon. I thought it was cool as fuck. I love the designs. I love like how some of them are like actually sexy and not just inappropriately sexy, like Grimmsnarl from Pokemon. Um,
You need to settle this thing with Grimmsnarl you have.
He's so hot. I want a body pillow of him so bad. But anyways, I'm just not a big Digimon fan in the way that I'm Pokemon. I don't hate it. I only got to see a few episodes of the anime. I remember thinking it was really cool, but I never had the Digimon phase because I was so obsessed with Pokemon as a kid.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's good that you said that because I think there's a lot of tension between Pokemon and Digimon
It's
fans.
annoying. It's all nerd shit. Don't try to hype it up. Like people on the internet are so weird. They're like, "Oh, comic books are better than anime." I'm like, "It's nerd shit. You can't like we would all be bullied by Jack the football player if we were in high school." And he's not like nuanced. He's like, "Oh, you like Japanese stuff. Okay, okay, you're safe. All right,
Yeah.
Timmy, you like Spider-Man? Into the locker you go." Like that no. You're getting bullied.
Absolutely, 100%. Well, thank you for that, June.
My
This
pleasure.
has been a fantastic episode, and thank you so much for doing the episode. I
No,
cannot
thank
stress.
you.
I was so embarrassed about like, oh, I missed this email and I wasn't getting
You're
the time
fine.
right, and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get. Let me. I gotta send the email, and it was a whole thing. But we worked it out. We had a great. Did you enjoy your time here?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. You made me laugh. I love to laugh. I really enjoyed
Perfect.
it. And it was
Perfect.
a lot less sexy questions than I was expecting. So, a lot of information I've never said because I've pretty much only said sexual things, but I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for participating. So, oh, actually, very important thing. What would
Okay.
you like to name your episode?
That's, oh, that's hard because you're not going to edit this out. So, me just thinking, it would be fun if we could name it like the F word or something like, because the whole thing with is Nashmi my friend? Uh, or what could we name it? Or just like Grim
We c-
Snarl's hot. I don't know. Like
we
you
can.
can't throw that on me.
All right. So I presented you the question. You can come back to me with your answer when you feel
Thank you.
comfortable. And then
Yeah.
you listeners will know what June Lovejoy names
Wow.
episode 59 of Jibber Jabber when it's released.
59. You didn't even give me 69. The disrespect.
You could have episode 69.
No, it's fine. I'm just gonna like sketch over the 5 when I share it on Instagram, like with like marker and put a little connect the 5 at the end to make a 6.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So, June, please plug anything that you would like to plug.
Okay.
I think I do have some very horny and interested listeners, so you can
Oh, beautiful. I'm most active on Twitter. I have a YouTube channel that I pour my heart and soul into and do a lot of streams. And if you want to watch me suck dick on camera, because I'm really good at it, you please watch my films legally on r18.com, and you can purchase them for as low as $1. And just search my name, June Lovejoy. And that's all. There it is. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. This was a lot of fun for me.
Thank you so much for being on the episode. And you can follow Jibber Jabber with Reggie on Instagram at JibJab with Reg. That's at JibJab with Reg. You can follow myself and everything I do on Instagram as well at Black Dadaist. That's BLACKDADAIST. Episodes come out every Thursday or when I am not taking a nap. So
Very important.
stay tuned. More to come. Thank you so much, and have yourself a wonderful whatever time of day you're in. Bye.
Bye bye.